Hello guys, and let's make this overlay text in Adobe Illustrator today. Welcome back, and let's begin with this tutorial. I have added this background, which is of this dark green color, and on top of that I have written the word hidden. And if I select the text, it's the Franklin Gothic heavy font, regular, 300 font size. Alright, so let's get on with the work. The first thing I want to do is I want to make 2 more copies of this. So it's already selected. I'm going to press Ctrl C, and if you notice here in the layers, I'm going to press Ctrl B, B for book, once and twice. So we have 3 copies. I'm going to hide these 2. I'm going to work with the one in the middle here, and I want to apply a gradient on it. But if you don't know, you cannot apply the gradients directly from here since it's meant for the objects. So I'm going to remove the color from here. And then I'm going to go here in the appearance, and from here you have to add the fill. And when you do so, now you can apply a gradient on it. So I'm going to select the gradient, press C, and I'm going to click on it and make sure I have the gradient type that is the linear. Now if you want to make changes to it, go ahead. You have to go here on the right hand side and press here in the gradient panel. Now you can make changes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to -90°. And now we want to edit these colors. So we select this, and of course you see here the icon of pick color from an object. Now this might work properly sometimes, but sometimes it's kind of glitchy and doesn't work properly. Let's try and see if it picks the color or it doesn't. So you have to click on it, and it's written press escape to exit the color. Now you have to go up here wherever you see the color. This is the color, and you click on it. For the moment it has applied on it. And then you head back and you select the other gradient, but you instantly notice that the object is no longer highlighted. So if I close it and click on V here, let's notice if it has added. It has. But as you can see, there's a lot of work that you have to do. So it's better to simply select the color that you want to apply, or know the hex code of that particular color that you want to apply. For instance, we want to apply this dark green color on the second stop of the gradient. So I'm going to press Ctrl C, I'm going to press OK and select the text, and again highlight the gradient and open the panel from here. Select this text, open its color, and directly paste the hex code here. And that is a lot more easier and would save you a lot of headache. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it a little bit upwards like this. And let's see how it goes. Increase a bit of the green area, push this a bit more here. I'm going to push it in, and I'm going to make kind of a hard switch, hard turn, kind of halfway like this. It all looks nice here. And now I'm going to press OK, and we have the first gradient ready. I'm going to go back here in the layers, and I'm going to select the text that's below here, highlight it and select it. And I'm going to apply the same gradient on it, but I'm going to reverse it. So in fact, what we can do is I can delete this text, select it, delete it, and unhide this one, and select it, Ctrl C and Ctrl B, paste in the back. And now hide the top one. We just have this one here. All I have to do is press G to highlight the gradient once again, and from here change the angle from -90 to 90°. And our job is done. So I'm going to press V. I'm going to highlight this one on the top, and we have the third one. So that's the first thing that I've done. There is the top text, and there are 2 text layers below here that have opposing gradients applied to them. All right, let's get on with the second step. So let's continue our work. So I'm going to select this middle text here. I'm going to hide the one on the top so that you can see clearly. So I've selected this one in the middle here. I'm going to go back in the appearance panel and come down here in the effects, and then go in distort and transform and press transform. And from here, we're going to create the copies that will go in the upward direction. So I'm going to apply a value, start off with -120, and let's see vertically how much it moves upwards. All right, so I'm going to apply 1 copy. So this way we can see how much it has moved. I think I want to move it more upwards, a bit more, and I'm going to kind of slightly hide it here, or maybe try and see if that looks nice here. I'm going to press 143, 145. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to press 145, and I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 more copies on it. So in total, We have 4 copies, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the original text. I'm going to press OK. And I'm going to do the same with the fill that's on the bottom here. So I'm going to hide this one so that we can see the one that's at the bottom. I'm going to go here in the appearance panel, come down here in the FX, distort and transform. And now let's try 145 in the positive direction and add more copies. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be it. And press OK. And now go back in the layers and unhide all the layers. And in this way, quickly, you can add this stylized kind of text where each layer appears out of its hiding at the back of the text and not right below. So it's kind of giving that feeling. And if you want to exaggerate that feeling, you can reduce this distance even further. For instance, I can go back here and select the middle one here in the appearance panel, come here in the transform and make it, let's say, -140. And let's see how it affects. It brings it closer. You can bring it to -130 then, and kind of keep going with the values like this as well at 120, 118, and you can add, in fact, more copies and press OK. I'm going to try and do the same for the one that's below here. Quickly go back in the appearance panel, again open the transform, and I'm going to make it to 118, and let's see how it looks, and add one more copy. And I think it looks pretty nice. So in this way, you can create this feeling. So you can stop here and skip the rest of the thing. But if you want to make it more stylish and make more worthy of what you can do with it, stick around and find out what I'm going to do next. All right, now let's get to the final moderation that we can make to this text. So I'm going to go back here in the layers, and I'm going to hide the one on the top, and I'm going to hide the one on the bottom. I'm going to work just with this one in the middle so you can completely see what's happening. So what you can further try is that you can try and increase the level of darkness that's applied here. For instance, if it's applied here, in the next one, the dark area should be up here, and it keeps on increasing. And with that, you can compress the text more. I'm going to show you what am I trying to say here. But for that, you will have to take a longer route. The first thing you need to do is select this and go here in the object and expand its appearance. And now you have expanded it, which means it's no longer just an appearance. It is an actual object. I'm going to ungroup it. And now we have different layers. Now, the first thing that happens with this is that it has become destructive, which means if I want to, I cannot change the wording. I cannot change the alphabets. It's fixed now. So that's the one thing you have to keep in mind if you want to do this. So you'll have to make sure you want to do just the text with the one you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the gradient here. I'm going to press this, and you can instantly see the gradient is applied on each and individual letter. And you might think you might have to do it one by one and press from here, but that's not needed. All you have to do is open the gradient window here. And if I make change here to 1, it will apply to all the others. And in this way, it has increased. Now I can go back, press V, and I can slightly move this layer closer. So as you can see that you can exaggerate the effect and keep on changing it. Again, select the gradient, open the window here, and push it further even more. Once you're happy, press V to select the move tool and bring it further down here. And in this way, select this one. And I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm gonna just speed it up and straight away show you the final result that you can create with the text. All right, so this is the final results. So as you can see, I have progressively reduced the distance until we have this kind of effect. And I'm going to quickly do the same with the bottom layer here. Let me come back here in the layers panel, sorry, not in the appearance panel. And since we have a group here now, since I have expanded it, I'm going to select them all except the background. I'm going to press Ctrl G and group them again. Now I'm going to select the text that's on the bottom here, unhide it, and hide the one that's on the top, and just do the first one for you. I'm going to select it, go here in the objects and press expand, and now press ungroup, not ungroup all, just ungroup, so that we have the layers intact. And now again, press the gradient tool, go up here in the panel and start beginning to make those changes that you want to make. Once you're happy, press V and you can select, it's already highlighted. You can move up with the arrow tool. If you want to make big changes, press Shift. That will move it by 10 pixels at once. And I'm going to quickly do the rest of it, and I'm going to show you the final result without wasting any of your time. And there you go, I've also made the edits on the bottom half. And now let's go back here in the layers and unhide the top text. And with this, you can also make this kind of stylized text in which you can manually adjust the distance and keep on reducing it to give it even more stylized look if you want. And that's pretty much it. So you've learned how to overlay the text with that fade on effect in the background. And if you want to see how to do the same thing in Adobe Photoshop, check out this tutorial. Otherwise, check out the rest of the channel. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon. Thank you so much.